On the news tonight, curbing terrorism financing in Africa, group charts way forward in Abuja. Deepening Nigeria's democracy, correspondents x-rays struggles, victories of Nigeria democracy as the world commemorates International Day of Democracy. Ijebu ode news at 7. My name is Anthony Gandonu. Here are the details of the news. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has assented to the National Center for Control of Small Arms and Light Weapons Bill, in line with the United Nations Charter on Arms Proliferation. Defense correspondent Ismail Musa reports that the center is further domesticating the UN Charter and mainstreaming genders is in fighting against illicit arms trade.
In the past, weapons like guns, bow and arrows were basically used by hunters, gaming, and to protect communities from wild animal invasion. With civilization, more sophisticated weapons are manufactured and are mostly used by state actors like the military and paramilitary. Consequently, there are more than 12 billion rounds of ammunition manufactured annually, 857 million small and light weapons in circulation globally. 70% of these are said to be in Africa, with Nigeria having the largest number. These have amplified different criminal activities in parts of the country, with women mostly vulnerable during these armed conflicts.
The illegal flow of small arms and light weapons has devastating the consequences, fueling violence, instability, and insecurity in various parts of the world. As we all know, the most traumatic effects of this crisis usually befall women and children. This workshop on gender mainstreaming is especially important as it corresponds with the United Nations Security Council resolution, which emphasizes the role of women in conflict prevention and peace building.
The Office of the National Security Advisor is focused on tracing and tracking the root of this illicit trade.
Just recently, the President assented to the bill establishing the National Center for the Control of Small Arms and Light Weapons, a major milestone in our commitment to curbing the proliferation of illegal arms. This legislative backing strengthens the center's mandate and paves the way for more coordinated and decisive action.
With the presidential assent, the center is committed to further domesticating UN charters on arms. In Abuja, Ismail Musa, NTA News.
Still on the security matter, anti-graft commissions in Africa must collaborate with security agencies to curb terrorism financing on the continent. This is part of the submissions of participants at the ongoing 3-day workshop on investigation and prosecution of terrorism financing cases in Abuja. Dele Atumbi of our judiciary desk reports that the workshop is at the instance of the Intergovernmental Action Group Against Money Laundering in West Africa. His report.
The 3-day workshop is the convergence of stakeholders in the financial and security sectors profiling solutions to terrorism financing on the African continent. Participants are of the view that acts of terrorism and terrorism financing have been the bane of rapid development on the continent. The key players observe with concern the evolving threats of terrorism and its financing on the continent. It is a convergence of opinion that without funds and finances that enable the activities, terrorists and terrorist organizations would not be able to carry out their dastardly acts.
Individual and corporate identity management. Individual. The identity of everybody in Nigeria must be seen. Identity fraud must be nil. It must be impossible for one person to be able to open different accounts, or for one person to have an account in this name, have insurance in another name.
These recommendations and immediate outcomes require each country to implement targeted financial sanctions regimes to comply with the relevant UN Security Council resolutions, notably number 1, Security Council Resolution 1267 of 1999, and its successor resolutions, including the Al-Qaeda Taliban sanctions.
They advocated the need to cut the finance and supply to reduce the activities of terrorists on the continent.
At the NFI, we recognize that to successfully disrupt terrorist activities and ultimately dismantle terrorist organizations, efforts must be geared towards not only apprehending the individuals who commit acts of terror, but also to tracing and cutting off the funds that fuel their activities.
Stakeholders agreed that by analyzing patterns of transactions, identifying suspicious activities, and tracing funds across borders, government institutions will uncover the sponsors and facilitators of terrorism. In Abuja, Dele Atumbi, NTA News.
In a related development, the growing dependence on artificial intelligence and digital platforms is increasing cyber and security threats in Nigeria. Defense correspondent Ismail Musa reports that the federal government, through the National Cyber Security Coordination Center, Office of the National Security Advisor, is rising to the occasion to address these threats. His report.
Africa's Cyber Security Report 2021 indicates that cyber attacks in Africa increased by 300% in 2022 in the face of digital growth, while 71% of organizations in Nigeria recorded cyber attacks, resulting in huge loss of revenue. These attacks, that are likely to triple in 5 years, are a major challenge to global domain targeting socioeconomic activities.
AI does a lot of criminal activities as well, not just as a service. But
this platform is preparatory to the 2024 Cybersecurity Conference aimed at addressing threats relating to artificial intelligence and cybersecurity.
What we intend to do is to bring to ground from all stakeholders to understand that cybersecurity is important, that you must build defenses and that you must collaborate in building those defenses. And you must learn from the weaknesses of others and to generally protect ourselves as we get to more interconnectivity.
We are also looking at within the law enforcement framework. How does that happen? What are the investigative ability? Our law enforcement are being trained now to look at the AI in total. How will you use AI to commit a crime? I think we will be looking at what are the futures of this AI. What can we do with AI? How do we also protect ourselves against AI?
The conference will also provide possible solutions to threats posed by AI. In Abuja, Ismail Musa, NTA News.
Away from security of life matters, but this time around on food security. Farming is not just an occupation, but a way of life which can create employment opportunities for Nigeria's teeming youth population, help diversifying the economy, and guarantee food security, especially with more hands and right tools. Nigeria's First Lady, Oluremi Tinubu, stated this during the official launch of Young Farmers Club Nigeria by the Renewed Hope Initiative in collaboration with the Federal Ministry of Agriculture and Food Security. State House correspondent Adeni Itaiwo reports.
In the recent past, the picture of students with writing materials in one hand and the other hand firmly gripping a farming tool, ready to till the ground, was commonplace.
To respect our land and resources.
The launch of Young Farmers Club by Nigeria's First Lady, Oluremi Tinubu, is not only expected to bring back those old days when agriculture and education share the same space, but also answer the question of who will feed the future in a world with rising population.
The aim of the Young Farmers Club Nigeria is to catch them young by making farming more appealing to our pupils and students. We are not just teaching them how to farm, we are also nurturing a generation that will transform our agricultural landscape, imbibe modern farming techniques, and ensure that Nigeria remains self-sufficient in food production, in line with the food security drive of the administration of His Excellency, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu GCFR. The Renewed Hope Initiative, RHI, is launching the Young Farmers Club Nigeria with some pilot schools in the Federal Capital Territory to kickstart the club nationwide. Each member is proudly kitted in their club uniform and has been provided with a watering can and hoe as starter tools, with all expenses paid for by the Renewed Hope Initiative.
handing out club's handbook, membership cards and farm implements to 240 members of the club. The First Lady says the institutional framework for the Young Farmers Club has already been worked out by the Federal Ministry of Agriculture and Food Security.
This they have done by making financial provision in their budget to scale up the club rollout nationwide. Interested schools nationwide should register with the First Ladies of their respective states. This registration will then be channeled to the Young Farmers Club desk office at the Ministry of Agriculture and Food Security offices in their various states for necessary provisions and support.
Formally inducting the members, Minister of Agriculture Abubakar Kyari says the initiative marks a milestone in ongoing efforts to promote innovation and innovators in the sector.
As you embrace the opportunities that lie ahead, may you lead with integrity and contribute positively to your communities and nation at large.
The recent federal government policy, which focuses on vocational education and the development or attainment of the SDGs, definitely aligns with what we are doing here today.
And the new inductees are poised to embrace their new role in nation building.
I'm expected to farm and to inspire others to promote agriculture in my school. We are going to have to plant everything because it's going to be useful in the future.
By enlisting their participation, the Renewed Hope initiative is achieving its set mandate in agriculture, one of its key priority areas. From the banquet hall of the Presidential Villa, Adeni Ijebu, NTA News.
As the drive for standardization gains momentum, the message is clear that customers have the right to expect safe, quality, goods and services, and it is through robust standards rights that these rights are safeguarded. This was the message put forth by the Ministry of Industry, Trade and Standards Organization of Nigeria, SON, to commemorate 11th African Day of Standardization in Nigeria. Abubakar Musa reports.
From the food we eat to the clothes we wear and the devices we rely on, standards shape every aspect of our daily lives. The African Day for Standardization is dedicated to recognizing the critical role of standards in safeguarding consumer rights.
Through the instrumentality of SON, we continue to provide the much-needed standardization platform to both manufacturers and consumers alike, so that the purpose of the African Continental Free Trade Agreement can catalyze the free flow of goods and services across the continents for global market positioning.
Through promoting and enforcing standards, the belief among stakeholders here is that beyond protecting consumer health and safety is the promotion of trust in the marketplace.
The Nigerian government has also implemented policies and programs to establish an enabling environment for consumers to thrive in line with the renewed hope agenda of Mr. President.
With a theme, empowering consumers through standardization to achieve their rights to safe quality goods and services, African nations continue to push for stronger regulatory frameworks, raising awareness of pivotal role that standardization plays in fostering economic growth. In Abuja, I am Musa Abubakar, NTA News.
You are watching NTA Ijebu ode News at 7. The news will continue shortly after this timeout. Please stay tuned.
Ẹ máa wọlé nǹkan. Ó rò pé òun nìkan ni.
Ká sọ tòótọ́, mo ti dára ní ìlọ́po 10 irú obìnrin tí mo jẹ́ tẹ́lẹ̀. Bẹ̀rẹ̀kẹ̀tẹ̀ ní ìlọ́po 10.
Jẹ ìgbádùn ìlọ́po 10 dátà àti dátà ìlọ́po 2, ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ ohun ìpè, Instagram, TikTok, streaming olóhùn àti tàwòrán, ìpè Zoom àti bẹ́ẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ.
Ó ní láti jẹ́ pé ó lálàá ni.
Kò tán síbẹ̀ o, mo tún jẹ ẹgbẹ̀rún kan náírà ẹ̀bùn ìkíni káàbọ̀ fún ìlò ìpè àti dátà.
Gbogbo eléyìí fún Bẹ̀rẹ̀kẹ̀tẹ̀ ìlọ́po 10.
Gba ìláglo rẹ kí o jẹ gbádùn bẹ̀rẹ̀kẹ̀tẹ̀ ìlọ́po mẹ́wàá. Ìyẹn ìlọ́po mẹ́wàá rìsáàjì rẹ. Àjẹmọ́nú ìfà ìkíni káàbọ̀ ẹlẹ́gbẹ̀rún kan náírà. Àjẹmọ́nú ìfà ìlọ́po méjì dátà àti ìfà dátà òru tàbí kí o kàn tẹ *301#.
NTA na Ijebu ode. NTA achowe salutu o. NTA na Ijebu ode. NTA na baba. NTA Ijebu ode, your heritage station.
Don't worry, we'll talk later, yeah?
Buddy,
how far?
Give me small spot, I beg. Make I play game, I beg.
Oh, yeah, now.
Thanks, G.
Yo, season 5 don't come out. Buddy, how far now? I got you.
Buddy, I beg, make I connect, I beg. I need to stream.
Mojaba.
Okay, what's that now?
Enjoy 100% data bonus with Night Data. Dial *312# to enjoy.
Power your relentless ambition with ultra-high-speed data.
Glow Unlimited.
Thanks for staying tuned. Art of Democracy exhibition took the center stage in Abuja as part of activities to commemorate this year's International Day of Democracy. The day aims at celebrating the values of democracy as a way for everyone to participate in public discussions on what is important to them. Nigeria's democratic journey, its struggles, victories, and the ongoing quest for quality, equity, and justice were areas of focus. History by Timothy Yusuf.
Expressed fusion of spoken word and dance, examined hopes, challenges, and aspirations tied to democratic governance. All of this here with vibrant celebration of democracy through the lens of art, performance, and dialogue at this Art for Democracy exhibition event.
We have pieces that speak to people, the power of the people. We have pieces that speak to the resilience of the Nigerian people. We have pieces that speak to what the future of democracy looks like.
The theme of this exhibition is Art for Democracy. So it speaks to a certain issue that we are facing as young people in Nigeria and Nigeria as a whole.
This event brings together creatives, thought leaders, and citizens to explore the power of democracy in shaping the nation's collective future using visual and performing arts. Discussion centered on making democracy deliver for citizens with prominent voices from civil society and the creative sector, sharing insights on strengthening democracy to better serve Nigeria. Timothy Yusuf, NTA News.
That ends the news at 7 tonight. Join us tomorrow for another interesting package. But before then, Idowu Ogunbajo is on standby to give you the Yoruba version of the stories. Good night.
Ẹ máa wo eléyìí. Ó rò pé òun nìkan ni.
Ká sọ tòótọ́, mo ti dára ní ìlọ́po 10 irú obìnrin tí mo jẹ́ tẹ́lẹ̀. Bẹ̀rẹ̀kẹ̀tẹ̀ ní ìlọ́po 10.
Jẹ ìgbádùn ìlọ́po 10 dátà àti dátà ìlọ́po méjì. Ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ ohun ìpè, Instagram, TikTok, streaming olóhùn àti tàwòrán, ìpè Zoom àti bẹ́ẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ.
Ó ní láti jẹ́ pé ó lálàá ni.
Kò tán síbẹ̀ o, mo tún jẹ ẹgbẹ̀rún kan náírà ẹ̀bùn ìkíni káàbọ̀ fún ìlò ìpè àti dátà.
Gbogbo eléyìí fún bẹ̀rẹ̀kẹ̀tẹ̀ ìlọ́po 10.
Gba ìláglo rẹ kí o jẹ gbádùn bẹ̀rẹ̀kẹ̀tẹ̀ ìlọ́po 10. Ìyẹn ìlọ́po 10 rìsáàjì rẹ. Àjẹmọ́nú ìfà ìkíni káàbọ̀ ẹlẹ́gbẹ̀rún kan náírà. Àjẹmọ́nú ìfà ìlọ́po méjì dátà àti ìfà dátà òru tàbí kí o kàn tẹ *301#.
NTA na Ijebu ode. NTA achowe salutu o. NTA
Want to know the coolest place in town? It's right here on your phone.
Welcome to the Glow Cafe. Come on in. It's buzzing in the Zanga. In here, anything is possible. Check out the menu, and here are some of the hot items. Over here, you can buy credit, buy data, share data, borrow voice and data, give data. Amawobi, give it to him now, be kind. Then there is Glow Music Cafe. More than 2 million Nigerian and Africa Lampa. Glow has teamed up with the world's largest gaming catalog to bring you the Glow Game Cafe. And that's just the start. Check out the Glow Video Cafe. Countless clips, comedy and sports, direct to your device. And when you thought things couldn't get easier, there's personal account management and Glow customer care right at your fingertips.
You can get everything at Glow.
Simply text BUZZ to 105 to download the Glow Cafe app or go to your app store and search for Glow Cafe, the largest data network. Glow, grandmasters of data.